Hello, hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, I just wanted to do a little debrief. And this, like I say, this is always just for me. One day I'll look back and understand where I was, understand where my head was at, and from there I'm able to see that beautiful thing of hindsight that we see. You see when we read this, that beautiful thing of hindsight to see exactly what happened, why I was feeling this way, why certain things ended up happening the way they did, and did it make me a better person? Did I use it as fuel to better who I am, or did I use it as an excuse to just be miserable, be a shadow, I don't even know what to call it. So, just a debrief. I did ask for prayer, obviously. I actually got it from one of the pastors at the event. I asked her, I just saw her and I was like, oh, please, man. I really didn't want to be at the squad games. I didn't want to be there. You know how it is. You've got an ex-partner and you saw, you heartbroken, especially, like I say, for me, there was so much put into just getting it going. I put so much into developing myself and changing, and sure, I could do a lot more. I'll never say that I couldn't do more. Like I say, we get to that stage where you kind of plateau, and as soon as you plateau, you either quickly decide to keep going up, or you get too comfortable and then you start to dip. And I got too comfortable and I started to dip. Basically got prayer. I'm in this stage, obviously, where you always nosy to see what they're doing. She was working, so but I did see another guy that was always around her, and she was always around him, and I think everything kind of got confirmed the last day, where a friend kind of asked her, is this your new guy? And she was like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. And I was like, and then she came and told me straight away. So I was like, I literally looked at her, I was like, thanks for that information. And listen, although it's like it puts that nail in the coffin, and it hurts, I don't feel too bad. I really don't. For me, I did the first day. We barely spoke. I don't even get a thank you or anything. I actually tuned a couple friends because I was like, I spent the whole day taking photos of people in the sun. I'm used to the sun. Like, my arms are fairly dark. As soon as you go, to mess. But as you can see, the tan line speaks for itself. I'm very used to working in the sun. There's times where, rugby fixtures start at what? They used to start at 1:15 in the afternoon, peak sun. Sometimes there's no shade, especially if it's a home game. There's no shade, and they'll end at about 6 in the evening. So you just enduring the sun. And before that, I used to do football, which would start at 8:30 in the morning and end at 3:30 in the afternoon. So you literally just baking. And yeah, I had sunblock, so it was fine. Other people suffered greatly, which is funny because they all absolutely melted. Put this sunblock on, they put everything on, and it still didn't work. But so I spent the whole day taking photos, and I literally post them the night off, just because I needed A, clear memory cards, but B, it just gives them something to have and look at while they're chilling. And I didn't get one thank you, and I was just like, and it hurt me because I was like, maybe the ex-partner will say thank you, and they didn't. Surprise, surprise, they didn't want to talk to me. I literally, after that, I was like, well, I can't tune her off because she never, but then that means I can't tune anyone off because, So literally, or if I tune one, I have to tune all. So I tuned everyone. I was like, thanks for saying thanks, guys. So then on Sunday, everyone said thank you after I did it again. The reason why I just wanted to bring this forward is just Sunday, and I don't know, I think everything works in I'm thankful for God in the sense of I did have my outrage at him on Sunday morning because I was so angry because I knew like the writing's on the wall, just like when you're taking a break, you know it's going to end. Just like when you see someone around somebody else and then their job is to do certain things, like the guy's job was to do certain things, but he'd always center it around her and then like do what he needed to do, you could see. But yeah, listen, I don't actually know if they're doing something or not, or if they're dating or not, or if they like each other or not. It doesn't matter anymore. Obviously, we split. It just hurts. I mean, for me, 2 weeks is a bit quick, but I also can't talk because of what I did in my last relationship and went to her fairly quickly as well. So, yeah, I think this was probably supposed to happen, and well, probably it did happen, and I think it was meant to happen. And it was confirmed by her, me, and the pastors. Very simple. Everyone got the same message, and everyone, yeah, everyone kind of called it out. So yeah, it is sad, and like I said, I'm still sad with the situation, but I'm good. I'm getting better. I'm like Sunday, I had my little anger session at God. I actually didn't want to go to church because I was like, God. Like, because you'll see now or later when you see the thing, the episodes, the following Exodus, I think we're reading Exodus 3, 4 and 5, and I think even 6 and 7, but they are such long messages. And I got up early and I was like, I just want a short message, like, God, you don't feel like you're helping me. I feel like you're just making it worse, and you're just putting me in a position where you just want me to break, hey? And like I literally said, your messages are longer, but you help me less. You do this less, you do this less, you do this less, but you're still requiring more of me to put into you. And I sat and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to church, because although my relationship with God is in like peak, it is still a relationship. There's still effort that needs to be put in. I still need to be conscious of what's happening and why things are happening, and I need to press forward. There's no other option. It is press forward and move, like keep going. And in essence, what ends up happening, I end up going to church, and it's a guest speaker. So it was New Life Church Bryanston. Maybe some of you might need it. It was a lady, she was guest speaker, and she basically goes over her testimony and how she was put in such certain like deep patches of her life, things where I was like, I actually can relate at this very moment. I know my patch isn't probably as deep as some of yours, or I always just say all our journeys are unique. We all experience the same emotions. It's all relevant to what we've experienced prior. So like for me, this is a pit, and it's this never-ending pit, and it just, for me, my vision that I keep seeing is that I'm just falling deeper and deeper and deeper. And while I was at the top, there was light. I could see light, and it was like, I can get to the end. I will get there. And then all of a sudden, the ground beneath me crumbles, and I go further, a little bit deeper. Now I'm trying to dig my hole out, or try to dig my way out, or climb, and then the floor falls again, and then it goes even deeper and even deeper. And like I said, right now I'm at a stage where I don't see light anymore. And I think she touches on it perfectly, where she goes, there's a couple of scriptures I wish I could quote, but I was just resonating in the story and just thinking of how I can apply what she's going through in my own life. And basically she explains like she loses her head job essentially, and at her age it was difficult, there was no chance of getting another job kind of a thing. And she basically realizes that her whole life was centered around work, so she has no life to lean back onto, and all she could lean back onto was God. And she didn't really lean, you know, like we all say, I lean on God, but we try our best to take control of the situation that we have no control over, and then we try to manipulate the outcome to benefit us. At the end of the day, I think she hit the nail on the head where she goes, like, the problem with us is we're very self-centered, in the sense of we want what's best for us, and we try to think that it's God's word for us, or it's God's word, like, way for us. And it like, that doesn't mean that it won't be, but it sometimes what you want and what needs to happen are not synced. They're not the same. And I learned that on the weekend. I wanted to fix things. I wanted to have a relationship with this person. I wanted to have the comfort of, like, there'll be another time that I'll be able to show myself. And all of that got taken away very quickly. And although it's sad, it's definitely, I can see God is doing. I can see it's not nice, man. I can see God's done what I couldn't do. I think he saw that I like he knows where I need to go. And although I know where I need to go, I don't think I had the strength to do it. And I think God just went, he can see it. So he nudged me into spaces where I will be able to identify him. He's put the situations on me rather than me creating the situations, you know. So instead of me having to go, listen, I'm not going to talk to you, I don't want to see you for a while, this, and that is what we've discussed. But obviously you've always got that hope that you'll see each other at the gym and you'll be able to talk, and like all that went away very quickly. So she's not coming to the gym anymore. Her last session was Friday, which hurts a bit because she didn't even say goodbye. She didn't even want to acknowledge me really on both days, despite going, oh no, she wants us to be cordial, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that was a bit of like a red flag for me. And I was just like, okay, because I got told straight away, and I didn't want to ask her because it's her business. It's not my business anymore. So she didn't want to talk to me. Obviously the guy being around all the time was another situation. I think she's finally told her parents, just as I have mine. Took us 2 weeks, but yeah, and it was she's leaving the gym, it was the guy, and it was the worst case scenario in every scenario for this weekend. And I know that I think if I didn't do the church thing and I didn't read and I didn't just go, I'm gonna lean, because that's what I've done the last, let's call it 24 hours. I've just leant. I'm like, cool, and take my step back. God, this is you. Let's just go. Let's just do what we need to do. Like, I'm gonna do my little parts here. I'm gonna chip away, and whatever happens, happens. And yeah, I think that's where I was struggling. It's like I said, I would say I lean on God, but I don't lean on God. I use God as a way to motivate me to fix everything and make it the way that I want to do it. Like I said, sometimes the way you want to do something, what actually needs to happen, are two different things. I think what happened this weekend needed to happen, as shitty as it is, my language, but it also is pulling me into a situation where, like I said, I've got 2 years where I just got to be on my own. I got to work on myself, and that's what I'm gonna do. I have no excuses now. It's not like I have someone that's stringing me along, or not that they were, but I don't have that. I don't have interest in seeing other people. I don't have interest in being with other people. I'm literally just like, yeah, I've broken. I've gone. I think, I want to say I think, because even on the day I was like, you know, it could always get worse. And I said, and I was like, what could possibly make what everything we're going through right now worse? And I was just like, I don't know, but there'll be a way. And listen, right now, although I've got a lot to be thankful for, I've got a lot to work on. Like I always say, the guys, it's not just the relationship that was the issue. Sure, it's the catalyst to everything that happens, but it's work, it's business, it's my social life, it's the people I'm surrounded by, it's how I am with my family, it's how much, like, do I have money? How am I going to lead? How am I going to become this person? How am I going to look after a family in the future? One of the only things that I really want to live for is to be able to look after a partner and hopefully a child of some sort. And sure, you can all go, there's more to life, and there is more for some people, but that's me. That's what I want. Actually, yeah, it was funny because I was asking God the whole weekend. Like, I'm not asking for this big miracle, I'm just asking, don't let it be around another guy. And then it happens. Or I'm like, just get her to talk to me. It doesn't happen. And every little thing, because I wasn't going like, save this relationship and make it so that we are the best of friends and that we move on and we are in this great space. I was literally asking for all these small things, and I just felt like they were never met. And they were, in my opinion and what I see now, just a way for God to put me in a space that I wasn't willing to go willingly. And I take it, because sometimes, like I say, we try to sort ourselves out and we don't actually try to do what's best for ourselves. And I don't think staying there was best at this time, I'll say. But yeah, so I summed everything up nicely in a note. The way we met and the way we had a tradition kind of thing where after every comp we'd get her a chocolate croissant. That's how we met. I was like, I'll buy you a croissant, and like, you've worked hard and I'm proud of you. And I was still proud of her. She did very well. They did so much better, her and her partner. And then I got her a sweetie pie, because that chick and sweetie pies, oh my gosh. And I can't tell you how far I walked just to find one, because it's post Easter and apparently everyone loves sweetie pies on Easter. So there was nothing. I think it was like the 5th store I went to had 2 of the green ones, not even the red ones, and I was just like, I'll buy the one of the green ones and take it from there. Made a friend in the line as well. But yeah, so yeah, that with a note, and I think it was just a until we meet again kind of thing. That's where we at. So I think after that it felt so good just to write how I feel and just I wish her luck. That's all. I'll always wish her luck. I'll always want her to do well. I want her to do everything she's capable of. And yeah, I think God's, like I said in the note, I think God's given you such a good ability to lead and inspire, and you need to, I pray that you take advantage of that and you continue to do that. Sure, there will be lessons, and there's still lessons that need to be learned and growth and stuff like that, but yeah, it's good. Like I say, I'm at a stage now where I think this is I went on a ramble, but this is what this lady was speaking about, this big reset of you now at your rock bottom. Sure, maybe it can get deeper, but God has put you me in a position where there's a hard reset that has just happened. It is a hard reset. For me, my life, my new life starts today. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be lonely. First thing we deal with, it's going to be tough. But I thank God that it happens now, and I don't end up compensating or prioritizing other things and sitting and going,